Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the mindset shifts that I've had to make in order to become a full-time content creator. And I think these mindset shifts are important for anybody, regardless of what you're trying to achieve in life. And I want to share them with you because I think that a lot of us are not born with these mindset beliefs. And I think that once you're trying to achieve something, whether you're trying to be an entrepreneur or you're trying to be a full-time content creator, I think that these mindset shifts, when you realize how important they are and how to make them, I think they will catapult you to another level in your life and help you achieve the things that you want to do. I know that they've been very beneficial for me, and I'm hoping that by me sharing the experiences that I've had and how to implement these, I think that they will help you as well too. And guys, I'll also be adding some books where relevant in case you want to take your learning to a further level. So the first mindset shift that I had to make was going from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. So what do I mean by that? There's two types of people. Now, I know there's tons of people throughout the world and everybody is unique and has their own personality and everything, but just go with me, guys. There's two types of people, one with a growth mindset and one with a fixed mindset. And the fixed mindset tend to believe that they can't do certain things or they weren't born with the capabilities of learning how to do things. When they see people doing the thing that they want, they think that person was born with the natural abilities to be able to do that particular thing. We've all been there. When I started this YouTube channel, I used to compare myself to everybody. I have a communication problem because I have a lisp, and if I really start talking and get nervous, my lisp really starts to show. And so when I started this YouTube channel, I used to go to other channels and see that they speak a lot better. They're a lot more communicative. Their language is a lot better than mine. And so I almost didn't start this YouTube channel because I thought that I would never be as good as anybody else and always tried to compare myself to others. And a lot of people do that. I see a lot of people doing that in the content creation world. They always tend to compare themselves to others and think that they cannot develop the abilities that they have. But the truth is that nobody is born with these abilities of being a content creator. Yes, some of us have better communication skills than others, but the truth is that when you develop a personal growth mindset, then you realize that you can take the steps to improve and develop the skills that they have developed. It will take work, but when you work on yourself and you put in the work and invest in yourself, then you'll realize that you can do anything that you want. It might just take you a little longer than somebody else, but if you see somebody who is at the level that you want to be at and they started from zero, then you can learn the skills too. You just need to invest in yourself and develop the skills that you need to learn to be able to do that particular craft, whether it's content creation or anything else, guys. Don't let that hinder you. Know that that person likely invested a lot of time in their personal growth skills to become the person that they are today. And you too can do that as well. The second mindset shift is the small decisions that you make on a daily basis are what's going to lead you to success. There's a great book by Jeff Osborne called The Slight Edge. And in the book, he talks about what it really takes to achieve success. And there's really no difference between achieving success. And he talks about that the reason that most people don't achieve success, whether it's business, dieting, or anything else that they're striving to achieve, is because they don't do the small steps that every day that it takes to achieve success. And the reason that they yo-yo back and forth, like say, for instance, somebody is on a diet and they achieve the success of losing the weight that they want, but yet eventually they yo-yo back to the weight that they are or to gaining more weight than what they were before, is because they don't continue doing the same thing that got them to that success that they have. Basically, what he's saying is that in order to achieve success, you have to do the small steps to achieve success. So for instance, guys, content creation. I am a fan of content creation. And if you are on this channel, chances are you're trying to use content creation to catch up for your retirement like I am. The only way that you're going to earn money or be able to catch up for retirement is to do the steps on a daily basis of what it takes for a content creation, whether that's writing or creating videos. You have to do the daily steps of creating content. That is the business model, and that's what you have to do every day. So most people, when they start off with content creation, what they will do is they will start off with creating tons of content for 3 to 6 months. They will stay diligent with doing the same thing over and over of what it takes. But when they don't see any results, they either quit because they don't think that it's going to work, or they jump to something else. And I know this, guys, because this is what I did when I started my entrepreneurial journey 15 years ago. I jumped from thing to thing. I'd give it 6 months and it wouldn't work, and I'd jump to something else. And in the book, That's exactly what he talks about. Jeff Osborne talks about being able to develop the habits or the mindset of being able to do that same thing over and over until eventually you get the success that you want. And that's all success is being able to do the same thing and make the small decisions every day that are going to lead you to success. Mindset number three, guys, is if you want to create wealth, study wealth. If you want to create success, study success. And this was a philosophy from Jim Rohn, motivational speaker. What he talks about is that if somebody else has achieved the success that you want, all you have to do is follow what they did. Now, I'm not saying copycat them and steal everything that they do, but there is no secret to success. And everything that is online has been done over and over. So you don't have to try to be original and try to do things uniquely. As a matter of fact, most people don't do that. If you look at anybody who has created success, there's nothing new that they have done. They have just been themselves and been authentic and been able to have success by just being authentic and original. There's a great book, another great book that I wanted to tell you about, and it's called The Almanac by Naval Ravikant. I think that's how you say the name. But anyway, he talks about that if you just come from an area of being original and authentic and don't try to compete with anybody else, then there is no competition because nobody can compete with you being you. So if you really want to achieve success or achieve wealth, then you need to start studying what successful people do and what wealthy people do. And you will realize that the habits that they have and the habits that you currently have are totally different. And in order to achieve the success that you want or the wealth that you want, you have to start developing the habits that they have in order to achieve what they have. So I'm not saying that you will ever become as wealthy as somebody else, but what I think is wealthy and what I think is successful is going to differ from everybody else. And that's the same with you guys. Somebody may be a millionaire, but your goal may not be to be a millionaire. Your goal may be to be just to be able to have enough money to retire one day and be able to leave behind money for your family, or just to be able to have more options in your life so that if you ever want to walk away from your job, you now have the capability of being able to do that. And being able to do that, guys, is going to be a huge difference and will be a huge motivator for you to be able to achieve the goals that you want. Mindset number four, guys, is to start with an end in mind. So, what do I mean by this? I mean that content creation, guys, when you get into content creation, you have to know where your business is going. Now, you don't have to know everything from day one, guys. I started this YouTube channel and I had no clue where I was going. I mean, you have to throw spaghetti at the wall at first to know what you're doing. Some of us are a little bit more blessed than others to think that we already to know what we're doing and why we created this YouTube channel. But even if you don't know why you're creating a YouTube channel or you don't know what you want to do, you can still start a YouTube channel, but you have to start with an end in mind. Where do you see your business going in 5 or 10 years, guys? Now, you don't have to have a plan all fully laid out when you get started, and don't think that you have to create a business plan. You don't. You can just get started today, but you have to have an idea of where you want to go. And can you see yourself doing this business in 5 or 10 years? And that's why I say that it's always important to start with something that you enjoy doing. You don't necessarily have to be passionate about it. And there's a lot of people that say you have to start a business with something that you're passionate about. But the truth is that most people, myself included, don't really have anything that we're passionate about. Yes, there are things that we like to do, but there isn't really anything that I am passionate about. But I enjoy content creation. I enjoy talking about content creation and how I use it to catch up for retirement. And I can see myself doing this for the next 3, 5, and 10, and possibly even longer, guys. So find something that you enjoy doing that you can see yourself doing in 5 to 10 years and get started with that. And even if you have to pivot later on down the road, that's fine. The important thing is to know where you want to go and get started, because if you never get started, you're never going to achieve your goals. Mindset number five, guys, is the learning never stops. If you're an entrepreneur or a content creator, there's a lot to learn. And when most of us are taught that when we leave school, we are done learning. And most of us do stop learning. What we do as Americans, what we do is we spend most of our time in front of the television and we don't do anything else. We come home, spend time in front of the television, and that's it. But the truth is that if you ever want to become a successful content creator or a successful entrepreneur, the learning will never stop. And there's a difference between the type of learning that you learn in school versus the type of learning that you need to learn about your personal finances or becoming successful. And so this involves learning and opening yourself up to personal growth. Now, personal growth or personal development, regardless of what you want to call it. It's all the same. That's the type of learning that I'm talking about. You have to find out what it takes to succeed online. You have to find out what it takes to become wealthy. And you have to find out what others are doing who are successful in the arena that you want to accomplish. So, don't be ashamed to learn. Invest in yourself. This means investing in books. I am constantly listening to books on Audible because I know that I wasn't born with the mentality of what it takes to become successful. As a matter of fact, it wasn't something that was drilled into me. The things that were drilled into my head was get a job. So I wasn't even taught about going to college. I was taught about going to school. Once I graduated from high school, then I would get a job and go to work, and that's how I would get paid. If you have a job right now, there's nothing wrong with that. That's where you are at the season in your life. But it doesn't mean that you can't learn how to do something on the side as long as you're willing to learn something. Don't be like the normal person who just goes to work and comes home and sits in front of the television. That will never help you achieve your goals. You have to start learning things, and this is done through audiobooks, reading, podcasts. You will find out what works for you, whether it's reading, listening to podcasts, listening to audiobooks, or whatever. You need to learn how things are done. You need to change the mindset that you have right now. This is something that you have to drill into your head until you become the person that you want to become and develop the habits that will help you achieve success. And then mindset shift number 6, guys, is that mindset is everything. Now, if you're still watching this video, then chances are you believe just like me. You know that mindset is extremely important. And I wasn't always like this, guys. I used to think that the talk about mindset was like a woo-woo stuff, like you hear on law of attraction stuff. And I didn't think that mindset played a huge part in anything. I had the belief that as long as you work hard and you show up every day, you will achieve success. But that's not necessarily true, guys. Mindset is a huge shift. And the reason being is because everything that I talked about earlier, this mindset shift encompasses everything. It all goes back to your mindset. If you are not working on your mindset and you haven't developed the mindset of knowing that working on yourself is going to be more important than doing the stuff every day. Yes, you have to do the stuff every day, but if your mindset is not correct, then you're not going to develop the habit of doing the stuff every day that's going to lead to success. So you need to find ways to focus on your mindset. And the best way that I do this, guys, is I always am listening to some type of personal development. I at least listen to personal development stuff at least an hour every day. It's just something that I need to plug into my head because it's so easy for me to fall backwards on my old way of thinking that mindset is not important, but mindset plays a huge role because when you develop the right mindset, you will develop the habits. Success, as I said, in the book by the slight edge is just making the small decisions that lead to success. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments about mindset shift, let me know down in the comments below. Are you working on your mindset? Do you listen to personal development books? And also, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Click on that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I put out a new video. And until then, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.